Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm here for a book haul. And my books come up this high on this side and I had to move them on the other side because this is retarded. This is way too much. But to be fair, I have my Christmas presents in here, I have the pre-orders that I made in here, and I have 4 boxes from Book Outlet. One was from November, one was from Black Friday, and the 2 that got here yesterday were from Boxing Day. So I was waiting for the Boxing Day stuff to come in before I bought anything, before I unboxed anything, before I did this video. And now that it's all here, this is crazy big mess. Huge, too much, big mess. I have no bookshelves left, so this is gonna be everywhere. So I'm gonna start with my Christmas presents because they're the easiest to show you. So I asked for 2 things for Christmas and my husband bought me both. I wanted the Throne of Glass series in the pretty white covers. He didn't realize that Tower of Dawn was not in a pretty white cover, so he bought them all anyways. So they're totally out of order. So we have Throne of Glass, Queen of Shadows, Empire of Storms, Kingdom of Ash, Heir of Fire, and Crown of Midnight, which I said are all out of order, and Tower of Dawn. Next, which is the part that I'm most excited about. He bought me all 7 Harry Potter books in the original covers. These are the Canadian covers, not the UK covers, so there's a little extra on the side. It's got an extra publisher on it, but the covers are the same. So we have the Philosopher's Stone, the Chamber of Secrets, the Prisoner of Azkaban, the Goblet of Fire, make sure these are in the right order, the Order of the Phoenix, the Half-Blood Prince, and the Deathly Hallows. Those are my Christmas presents, and I was super psyched to get them. He kind of tricked me. He wrapped up all of the Throne of Glass books, but only half of them had shown up because they came from Book Depository and took forever. And these ones, he didn't actually wrap. So I opened everything. The only thing I asked for was these 2 books. And I was excited, but I was hoping that he'd find me at least one of these. And then when he brings me the entire set, I was floored. So I'm excited. I got everything I asked for. Now give me a moment while I put these away so I can actually have room to move, because right now I'm trapped in between books. So I've been ordering stuff off Thrift Books, and I have been ordering the same series. So a couple of months ago, I read the 20th book in a series, and I liked it so much, I started buying the rest of them. I have 1, 2, and 2.5 somewhere else in the house. And then I also have 3, 4, this is Finding Perfect, and this is Only Mine. I don't know which ones these are because they're coming in, but they're coming in out of order. So we have Only Yours, All Summer Long, A Fool's Gold Christmas, Just One Kiss, and Summer Days. I basically bought 1 through 10, but they're not all here yet. They just keep trickling in. So I figured I would show them to you, and I'll show them to you occasionally as we go through them. These are my smutty books. They're smut-ish. They are romance. There is a little bit of smut in them, but not very much. And overall, I just bought them because I like them. And these are my home books. When I'm at home and at night, when I'm getting ready to go to bed, I read these, and they're quick and they're fun. So yeah, I am slowly making my way through getting the whole series. Now, I got a really good coupon from Barnes & Noble, and they also had a pre-order that I wanted. So I went ahead and I bought a few things. I bought a little more than I probably should have, but. So the first thing I bought was the collector's version of Throne of Glass. I have not taken it out yet. It is still wrapped up in its pretty plastic, but it is beautiful and it's hardcover. It comes in a case. It's just, look how pretty it is. So I guess the UK version doesn't come with the hardcover, the little slipcover, but the American edition does, so I got the American edition. And then my new books, the new ones that I bought that include my pre-order. I got In an Absent Dream by Shawnee McGuire. I got The Very Large Expansive Sea by Tahira Mafi. I got Slayer by Kirsten White, which I'm a little worried about. It's been getting some bad reviews. I am not a huge Buffy fan. I've seen the entire series, but I am not one of those people that have watched it numerous times. I've watched it once all the way through, and I've watched Angel once all the way through. But I'm not as big a fan as some people are. So I don't know if this is gonna bother me like it bothers some people. Like some people are just like up in arms about it because it's so different. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about it yet. I've seen several episodes more than once. I loved the original Buffy movie, not the TV show, but the actual movie. So we'll see. I'm a little worried about that one. But I didn't hear those reviews until after the fact, so. I also got The Cursed Sea. This is the second book to the Glass Spare. It's the second part of the duology. And I'm looking forward to reading this. I read The Glass Spare last year, and I wanted to finish off the series. I got Catwoman. This is the only Sarah J. Maas book that I did not own. And it's signed. So I bought it. I'm not sure how I feel about the whole Catwoman thing. To be fair here, I bought it because it's Sarah J. Maas and I was curious. Then I also bought Queen of Air and Darkness, like almost everybody else in the country. I am on Lord of Shadows right now. I'm about 300 pages into the Lord of Shadows. And then this is the inside cover. Only comes on the first run, but I thought it was really nice. The last book I got was my pre-order, and that is King of Scars. I am in the middle of Six of Crows right now because I'm reading like 5 books at one time. So I'm in the middle of Six of Crows right now, so I'm gonna finish that duology, and then I will move on to this one, and everyone has seen it, but it's always worth showing off again because it's just so pretty. And I'm looking forward to this one a lot. Nicole was my favorite character in the Grisha trilogy, so I had to get this one. But I was told to read the duology first because there is spoilers for each other in there. So I am reading Six of Crows right now, and when I'm done with that duology, I will move on to this. Those are all the books I bought that were not book outlet orders. So I didn't buy that much. I bought 1 box from Barnes & Noble when all of this stuff had just come out. And then I bought a few things from thrift books. I got some good Christmas presents. And now, so we have 4 boxes here. Like I said, 1 is from November, 1 is from Black Friday, and 2 are from Cyber Monday. I have no idea which ones are which. So we're just gonna dive in and see what I pull out, because really this is gonna be a surprise for me too. All right, box number 1. They're huge boxes, and oh, it makes me feel very gluttonous when I look at these boxes and how many books I already have on my shelves that I have not read. Ooh, okay, so we have paper. Okay, I think this is one of the older ones, like the older ones. Like I said, I don't know. All right, so the first book in here is Reign of the Earth. I got a ebook of this a long time ago, but I just can't get myself to read on my e-reader. I've heard mixed things about this. It says she's a daughter of the desert and she has magic in her blood. I love magical fantasy type books, and I was really curious about this when it first came out, but it came out over a year ago, so I'm not sure what it's about anymore. So there we go, Reign of the Fallen. Oh, sorry, Reign of the Earth. Why did I say Reign of the Fallen? The second book? I don't know. Reign of the Earth. I have The Last Star Burning. This one says, Sven is branded with the mark of a criminal, a star burned onto her hand. That's the penalty for being the daughter of the woman who betrayed the entire nation. Like I said, in all my book outlet orders, I really have no idea sometimes. This is another one. This is one I've heard really, really great things about, but I'm not exactly positive what it's about. It's called City of Brass. I know that the new one just came out, but I honestly cannot remember what this one is about. But I think that's a theme for everything that's in this box, is you're gonna get books that I'm gonna be like, ooh, I remember I was really excited about this, and now I don't remember what it's about. There we go. Okay. This one I bought because of the author, not because of the book. This is PC Cast, and she wrote the Marked series, the one with my nose itches, I'm sorry. She wrote the Marked series, and she also wrote some like romantic fantasies that I loved. Everything I've read from her, I've absolutely loved. And this is just a new book. I think this one is YA though. It says teen reader right on it. So I just know it's one of her new series. I bought it because of the author. This one is called Just Dreaming. It is the third book in the trilogy. The first one's called Dream a Little Dream. The second one is Dream On. And every time I see Dream On, I think of that old song. Anyways, this is called the Silver Trilogy. And again, I'm not exactly positive. I know that this was not written in English. I think it's German originally. And it has been now written in English. But it sounded really good, and I just don't remember what it's about, but it's something about dreams, because the whole thing is dream-ish. I remember what this one's about. This is Windfall. This is about a girl who buys a lottery ticket for her friend, and her friend wins. It sounded really interesting, and I was curious about it. It's also an older one. Next we have Shannon Hale, Austenville. I've never read Jane Austen, but I've always been really curious about it. So there's all these retellings about different Jane Austen books, and I thought I would try one of them, and this one sounded really cute. I just didn't realize I bought this one. What else have I bought and I didn't realize I bought? Next one I have is Frost-like Night, and this is the third book in another trilogy that I have all the other books for, and I have not read. This is the Smell Like Ashes series. I have problems. I got a Christina Lauren book. So I've heard wonderful things about Christina Lauren. Everybody who likes romance thinks that this duo is amazing. This is Dating You, Hating You, so I'm assuming it's a hate to love type of thing. I've heard great things about all these books, and this is one of the few that was like a standalone. Like, she has the Beautiful Bastard series, and that one's a huge series, and they never have the first couple books, but I've never read anything from them before, so I wanted to get one of the standalones and try it out. So this is the standalone that happened to be on Book Outlet at the time. All right, last two books for box number one. The first one I have is Dinged Up, and it's Blood for Blood. This is the second book from the Wolf by Wolf, and I wasn't gonna get the second one, but I have no excuse. I did. I think it was one of those things where I had been eyeballing it for a while. If I added one more book to the cart, I got a huge discount because everything on all these books were discounted. So yeah, I know that this is an alternate universe where the Nazis win instead of everybody else. And I know that Wolf by Wolf is based on a motorcycle ride, and the winner gets to meet Hitler, and her whole idea is to win and then kill him. And this is the second book to the duology. And then All the Ever Afters. It's a fairy tale retelling. That's it. All right, let's move on. This one's big. I think it came in yesterday. As you can see, it's a very large box. I think the two biggest ones came in yesterday, and then everything else, because those were the biggest discounts. Oh, there's Nora Roberts in here. But yeah, okay, receipt, papers, and I see a lot of Nora Roberts. So I'm just gonna start pulling Nora Roberts out, and I'm 99% sure this is one of the last books I bought, book boxes I bought. Okay, so we have Book 1 and book 2. There's a third one that I don't have. This one is The Next Always. It's book 1 of this Boonesboro trilogy. And this one is book 2, The Last Boyfriend. All right, and then we have the Chesapeake Bay series. We have book 1 is Sea Swept. Book 2 is Rising Tide. Book 3 is Inner Harbor. And book 4 is Chesapeake Blue. Then we have the Bridal Quartet. Book 1 is Vision in White. Book 2 is Bed of Roses. Book 3 is Savor the Moment. And book 4 is Happily Ever After. On my list of to-dos is start making my way through more of these Nora Roberts books. Now, for the rest of the box. I've been really curious about Victoria Aveyard, so I bought The Glass Sword. To go with the first one that I have, I figured that if this book was, if the first one was good, I'd want the second one. So I bought the second one. I don't know what's wrong with me. I also bought a couple of books I've never heard of before, but that kind of sounded good. So this one is called The Lost Sisterhood. Okay, so this book is about this girl who's trying to prove that the Amazonian women exist. But I remember looking at it and thinking that it sounded really good, and I was like, okay. Basically, I turned on chick lit and romance and bought a few books out of that group. And there's more and more boxes. This is just what I had in this box. This one is called Barefoot Beach. Again, I was looking for romances, and I'd never heard of any of these before, so I went through and I read the descriptions of a few of them. Anything that sounded cute, bought. So I bought this one. And then I got the Colleen Hoover book because I've heard great things about Colleen Hoover. I've only read one of her books so far, and the one I read was really amazing. This one's called Confess. Again, I don't know what it's about. The only thing I was checking on for most of these books was to make sure that they were either the first in a series or the only book. I was trying not to get later books in the series without the first one, if that makes sense. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the last book box I bought because there's a few things in here that this was the reason I bought the box. I have The Ember and the Ashes, and now I have The Torch Against the Night. And the third book is on sale in paperback here on Island because we get a lot of paperbacks. And so we get the UK big paperbacks. And I am very, very curious about this series. So when I saw it on here, I went ahead and grabbed it. Reaper at the Gates is at the stores here, but this cover wasn't at the stores here. It was only had the old cover, and I didn't want to have new cover, old cover, new cover, so I found this and I bought it there. Plus it's cheaper that way. Win-win. Oh yeah, this box is going away. So the last few books in the box, I have Robots versus Fairies. It's short stories. Short stories are good because sometimes I need a break. And I read a couple short stories and then I'm good. Alice, don't do that! My son is making a quilt on the floor and my cat is just like stretching out on it. Anyways, Robots versus Fairies. Sure, why not? And then I bought the book The Ice Queen by Alice Hoffman. I don't know. I thought it sounded good. I've never read anything by Alice Hoffman before, but she's supposed to have some pretty, magical realism. It's kind of her thing from what I understand. I could be wrong about, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is, so I got one to try. Now, I have been going to church for years, but I've been kind of on an offshoot lately, and I needed something to help me remember why I started studying the Bible and going to church in the first place. So I bought a couple books that were about some women from the Bible. I bought one about Delilah, and I bought one about Bathsheba. And I do have a third one, but it's not in this box. So I read some reviews on them. They sounded really great. I was curious. I thought maybe something that was, you know, fiction, but based on real people, that it might help bring me back to where I wanted to be. And I've heard great things about these. all the reviews said really wonderful things. They all said that they were great, you know, kind of character study books. So I figured I'd try them out. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? I don't like them and I end up hauling them. They were like literally $1 each, because I guess that's what happens when they're, you know, Bible-ish on Book Outlet. All right, box number 3. You guys, this is going to be a horribly long video. Let's see what contains in box number 3. I think this box also came yesterday. I think this is the other Boxing Day box. I actually bought one on Boxing Day and then one like the 2 days after. I think the reason I bought it was because I got an email that said that the Saboteur book was there, and I was like, oh, I want that book. Don't judge me. If you're watching this station or this channel, you probably judge me a little bit. Or you completely understand. One of the two. All right, so I see more. Let's see, what do we have here? Okay, so my daughter took the Dreaming Sun manga that I got in a book box a while ago. It had like a piece of candy stuck to the front of it, which was kind of gross. But she immediately took it and read it and loved it. So she asked me for more. So I bought her 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So these are all hers, and she's very excited. I'm gonna put them right here behind me because she already asked about them today when she saw that my box came in. Okay, another PC Cast book. I got really excited when I saw this because I love her books. This is one of her adult books, and I know that this is one of her adult books, and the ones that I read before were all really great. They're all based on mythology and fantasy. This one's goddesses. I don't know which one in the series this is. This one I did just grab because they had one. And it could be the first, it could be the 5th. I have no idea, but it's PC Cast. I love her standalone adult books, so this will get read. Caleb, Jeffrey has his flamingo and he's rolling around in your blanket playing with it. And now that I'm watching you, you're gonna stop? Rude. Oh, there goes him. Jeffrey, what you got? Jeffrey, what you got? This is why I get distracted. Oh, Jeffrey, what are you doing? Yeah, you're busted. What are you doing, Jeffrey? That flamingo, isn't it? It's all that flamingo spot. Oh yes, it's that flamingo. It's a bad flamingo. Oh, I bad. Jeffrey. He might be a distraction for me, and I'm sorry. All right, so the next book we have, somebody read a book by her. Yes, her, and it sounded really good. I guess her name's Ellen, I'm guessing. I don't know. But this is Here's to Us. She wrote a book recently that's been getting some, notice on the adult romance-ish side. And I looked through the books they had on Book Outlet and I just grabbed one. And this is the one that sounded the best to me. All right, to be fair, when I bought this box, I was in a Christmas mood. So we have the City Baker's Guide to Living in the Country, which is kind of Christmassy. And we have Mistletoe and Mr. Right. And so somebody that I was following read this. And they're 2 separate stories. One is Mistletoe and one is Mr. Right. They are very Christmassy, they're very cutesy, they're very goofy little romances. And they sounded really cute. Ooh, I have another Christina Lauren book. This one's called Roomies. Again, I got it because it was Christina Lauren and it was either the first or the only. And I figured that I would try out some of her stuff because I love romance. And it's one of those things where I just forgot that I liked it so much. I got so into fantasy that I forgot how much I liked romance. And then I realized the fantasy books that I like the best are the ones that have romance in them. And so I just kind of made the decision and started reading more romance. And this box is proof that I was enjoying this. The cat is still playing on the floor. So this one is called First Frost. Again, all I did was read descriptions. I looked through romance and chick lit and found this one. Let's see what else we got in here, because there's quite a few of them like that. This one is called Spinning the Moon. It's 2 classic novels, In the Shadow of the Moon and The Whisper of Goodnight. And one of them says, when Laura first sees a dilapidated plantation house, she's overcome with a sense of familiarity. Inside, the owner claims to have been waiting for her for years to offer, and offers an old photo of a woman with Lauren's face. Soon after, when the lunar eclipse inescapably thrusts Laura back in time to the Civil War Georgia, she finds herself fighting for not only for her heart, but for her very survival. Yes, that's me. All right, so next. Oh, this one isn't romance. This one was more of like a thriller-ish one. It says, from the outside, Essie's life looks idyllic. A loving husband, a beautiful house, and a good neighborhood, and a nearby mother who dotes on her grandchildren. But few of Essie's friends know her secret shame. I thought it sounded good. It's huge. Look, bigger than my face. It's not very like thick, but it's like, ooh, that's big. Let's look at Nora Roberts next to it. It's a big book. Okay. Let's see. Those are Nora Roberts books. Let's find the rest of Nora Roberts books. Ooh, there's another PC Cast book in here. I forgot about this. Goddess of Love. Ooh. Now I gotta figure out which ones are which, because I don't know. All right, so we have the Dream Trilogy. I don't have a problem, you have a problem. This is the Dream Trilogy. Book number 1, Daring to Dream. Book number 2, Holding the Dream. Book number 3, Finding the Dream. Yeah, I have problems. Let's just go there. I mean, you can't see it yet, but they're getting pretty high. All right, the next book I have is Thick as Thieves. This is the newest book in the Queen's Thief series. This is a book like 5 or something. I don't know. I have the rest of them. Reagan likes those from First Project. Yeah, I'm a sucker. That's all there is to it. While Beauty slept. That's all I have to say. It's a Sleeping Beauty book. That's enough for me, period. All right, last couple books. That box has a coupon in it. Whoopsie. That's never a good thing for me. All right, so the next book we have is A Certain Age. I don't know what it's about. I see Jazz Age, New York City. That's all I need to know. Those are like, you know what the stupid thing is I have like this obsession with the 20s, and I've never read anything about the 20s. I've seen lots of shows and movies for the 20s, but never read anything. Now I have one. I also have the Diviners, but the Diviners has a 4th book and no publication date right now, so I'll read this instead. All right. I don't remember where I heard of this one. This is The Snow Child. It's a Pulitzer Prize finalist. It's Alaska in 1920. I don't remember buying this. I don't remember what it's about, but I recognize the title, so hopefully it's good. And then the last one I told you about, it was the other biblical-ish one, and this one's about Esther. Okay, one more box. By the way, while I'm opening this box, I'm gonna let you know that me and my husband talked about it, and after seeing this, I have decided to put myself on a modified book buying ban. One of the girls that I watch, I don't remember her name. I'm not even subscribed to her. I've just been watching her for the last year because she's going through this like TBR Chronicle thing, and I need to actually just subscribe. It's just one of those things where it keeps popping up, and so I don't think about it, and I realize I never subscribed to her. But all of her videos have been popping up, and it's not for the last year, I guess for the last few months. She's been going through this thing where she's unhauled several hundred books because she had like a TBR that was like 600 books long, which is kind of where I'm getting to at this point in time. And she's doing a modified book buying ban. So she's only buying books based on how she reads. So for every page she reads, she gives herself 1 cent. So me and Pat talked about it, and I'm gonna start doing this. I'm going to, for every page I read, I get 1 cent towards another book purchase. And for me, we've decided that library books and rereads don't count because I have a tendency to use both of those. And like last month, I did a whole bunch of rereads. I did like 5 rereads, and I did like 6,000 pages, which would have been like $60, which would have been great, except for most of them were rereads. So the idea is that if the book comes off my shelf and it's not a reread, then I will get credit for those because this got out of hand. To be fair, these were sales, and this has been since November. These are all book boxes that I bought a long time ago that are just now coming in. But I went way overboard. Now I'm looking into this box. I see an Outlander book. I grabbed Outlander. It's sitting on my bookshelf in my bedroom. It is on my to read soon. However, Six of Crows and has taken kind of priority over it because I was curious about Six of Crows more than I was curious about this. Partially because I knew that King of Scars was coming out. I've already read the Grisha trilogy and I wanted to get to that first. But when I did pick this up recently, I did pick Outlander up recently and put it over with my I need to read soon stuff. And when I saw this, there's actually 2 of the books. I had 3 and 4, but one of them ran out before it got to me, so I only got 1. I see a lot of Nora Roberts in here. The Three Sister Island trilogy. We have Dance Upon the Air, Heaven and Earth, and Face the Fire. There's more. This is the Irish Born trilogy. Number 1 is Born on Fire. Number 2 is Born in Ice. And number 3 is Born in Shame. There's more. God. This is the Garden trilogy. Number 1 is the Blue Dahlia. Number 2 is the Black Rose. And number 3 is Red Lily. I have issues. I'm gonna be reading Nora Roberts from now until Kingdom Come. I just had to restart my camera for the 3rd time, which means that I've been filming for more than 40 minutes. I'm on my last little handful of books. Again, I was in a Christmassy mood. I don't remember which ones are which. I don't remember what any of these are about. Okay, so we have Mommy by Mistake. I don't remember. I know that one of the books in here sounded really cute and I really wanted it. There was only 1 left. I think it was this one. And I grabbed it. But reading the back of this makes me think that maybe this is not the first of the series. Maybe I should have checked. I will have to put that aside and check really quick. All right, the next one I got was a Mary Kate Andrews, and I got 2 books from her. This one's called Beach Town, and this one is called Save the Date. They both sounded really good. Again, cute romance chick lit. And then the last one I got is another Christmas one, and this one is Falling Like Snowflakes. I have a lot of chick lit romance in this one. Like, borderline maybe too much. Okay, so it doesn't say that this one is part of the series. It just says that she has other books that have similar names. I don't know how many books this is. If I had to guess, I would probably guess like 60. I don't know. I have a problem. So I have two things I'm going to be doing besides the book buying ban. I'm also going to make a TBR jar to help out with some of this because there are so many books that I want to read. I'm going to start being a little bit more cutthroat about my reading. And so if I don't like it within the first 100 pages, I am DNFing because I really, really want to get through all these books. There's so many books on my shelves that I really want to read, and I just don't know how to stick it around to all of them. So you have now seen maybe my last really big book haul for a while. I do still have 2 more book outlet boxes out there. Those ones shouldn't be full of romance though. Those ones I think are actually full of all the YA books that came out last year that I missed. Book outlet had a bunch of them all at one time, and then I went on a hiatus. Like I bought one like New Year's Day-ish, and then I bought, or right before New Year's Day, like I think I bought it on the 31st because I remember thinking that was my last book box of the year and I was gonna be good the next year. So far this year, all I bought is 1 book outlet and 1 Barnes & Noble. So I'm doing better, but apparently the end of the year was bad. And I know this is February. It is February 10th. My last 2 book boxes came in yesterday, which was February 9th, and you should see this on Friday. So you shall see it very, very soon. And for those people who complain about book boxes taking a while, I bought these on Boxing Day, and they got here yesterday. But yeah, this is a big old mess. Now I gotta figure out what to do with all these books. So I will talk to you guys soon. I will show off my, I'll keep you updated on my book buying ban, and I will also keep you updated on unhauls as they come. But yeah, that's it. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Someone's been playing on the floor with his flamingo, rolling around in Caleb's blanket. It's 12:30. I have time to finish this. Is Caleb going? I thought you were doing D&D.